Hi guys, so I want to congratulate you on getting your new dog. I want to just give you some pointers and some tips on things that you should do to be proactive so you don't have to be reactive. And if you use all this information, maybe you won't have to find a trainer. But if you're dealing with hard things, please find a professional trainer to help you guys at home with your own dogs. So here I have this dog. It's actually one of my clients' dogs that I'm going to be using this morning. But the dog is still fairly new to those guys. So what I recommend is you get yourself a crate, have a dog crate. The first couple of weeks, you only want to have your dog in the crate and coming out to go outside and to exercise. The other thing is coming out to eat, of course, or you can feed in a crate. I personally like to have the dogs come out to eat so I can do some hand feeding. I can do some relationship building with the dog so I can grab some food. I have his food measure out, her food measure out, grab some food, have her smelling it, looking up at me, and then feeding her. So I can start building some relationship here. I can start working on focus. If the dog is a dog from a shelter, if it's a new puppy that you just got, you can work on teaching the dog its name, right? So I could say, her name is Midnight. I could say, Midnight, good, and give her food, right? I can just work on teaching the dog its name. Midnight, good. Midnight, good. Midnight, good. I can work on things like that. With the crate, I can work on the dog going in and out of the crate with the food. So, I mean, this particular crate, excuse me, this particular crate, the door comes off. So I can take that door off. I can make a game out of this. I want things to be fun. Again, I'm trying to be proactive with the dog instead of having to react. So I'm going to teach the dog exactly what it is that I want. I want to be pretty black and white, no gray areas. So if that dog is out of the leash, out of the crate, it's on a leash with me. Okay. So make sure that when you're working on these things that you have your dog on a leash. Don't try to do this without a leash because you'll find yourself getting upset. You'll find your dog may run off. If you have other animals in the house, you might try to go be interested in them. If you do have other animals in the house, put those guys up while you're working on this with your dog. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take some food. This is called luring. I'm gonna lure the dog, and then I'm gonna toss some food in the crate. Come on. And she missed it, so get some more. Let her see it. You can put it right at the front if she's not going in willingly. So we want the dog to be okay with this. So we don't want to just push her in there, toss her in there, force her in there. So I'm gonna just get food and guide her again. So this is just her kibble. Good, 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 good. So I want the dog to go in the crate. I want them to be okay with going in there. I don't just use a crate for, oh, punishment. The dog's misbehaving. Let's stick it in the crate. No, use it proactively, right? Start teaching this dog that it can be in a crate when you guys are just hanging out in the house, right? That's why we do the 2 weeks in the crate. So the dog learns that this is an okay place. We don't want to create anxiety with our dog. We don't want our dogs thinking that, okay, when I'm in the crate, I'm missing out on things, right? Because you're only putting them in there for punishment, right? So start off using a crate when you first get your dog. To be really beneficial and helpful. Another thing I like to use is a placemat, right? During my 2 weeks of any time, if you're not in the crate, if you're not out of the crate for exercise, I can, work on other things, right? So once you come out of the crate, I can work on you getting up on this placemat. Good. And we've worked on this already, so she knows. That's why she hopped right up on there. I'm going to go ahead and give her her release command. Free. So her release command is free. Get her back on this placemat. I'm going to take some food over at home. You guys doing this at home. Take some food over. Lower the dog. Good. Give them food while they're on there. Good. Good means they're doing the right thing. You want to continue to see that. So just tell them, good. And give them food, right? So the amount of food that you're giving per second in the beginning is going to be rapid. It's going to be a lot. Good. Free. Nice. So I also can work on sits and downs when I'm doing my hand feeding exercise when the dog's out of the crate. Okay. So if I'm not doing this stuff, the dog's in the crate. The dog's not just hanging out with me on the couch or anything like that right now. Not during the first 2 weeks. We want to instill leadership. We want the dog to learn that they can trust us, right? That they have to respect us, that they can be loyal to us because we're going to trust them, we're going to respect them, and we're going to be loyal to them, right? Good. Free. So free is a release command. Free means I want you to come out of that position. So if the dog goes into a position I want him to go into, I can feed him in the position and then I can tell him free. Free. Good. 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 Free. Nice. We got more food left, so we can just go back and forth through these different exercises. I can do position changes with my dog, sit down, stand. I can do place with my dog, or I can do the crate with my dog while I'm feeding in the first couple of weeks. Good. 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 So at each meal, we're measuring the food out. We're working the dog for the food. We're not just putting the food down, allowing the dog to eat out of the food bowl. We're building food drive. The food is going to have value. The dog is working for food. Okay. So make sure you guys are not just, putting food down, leaving it down all day, and then going over, picking up the food bowl and think you're going to do this exercise without even having your dog in a crate. And your dog's just been roaming around. You got to start with the first steps of having that dog in the crate, and pulling it out when you're going to be doing the exercise, when you're going to be taking it to relieve itself outside, right? Don't just think, it's going to be easy if you're leaving that food laying around all day long and then you want the dog to work for the food. Good. Free. And good. I can start giving the dog a command. I start noticing the dog is doing it, and I can start saying what it is that I want the dog to do. I start naming it. In is an action word, right? Place is an action word. Sit is an action. So once the action is starting to happen, then I can start naming it. I can pair it together so the dog knows and understands. Free, such as this. Place, good. Free, place, good. Good. Free. In, Good. Then so sometimes you'll have to be quiet when you're working with the dog too. I think a while ago when I said the good word, that pulled her out of the crate. So take your time, be patient with your dogs, work on these things. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you have any comments, feel free to comment below. Please like, subscribe, share this with a friend, family member, so we can get our subscribers up. I'm going to keep trying to post videos and give you guys information. But again, this is bringing home a new dog. Even if you have a dog that you've been living with and that dog has just been ruly, you can go back to these steps. You can reestablish leadership. Leadership is a choice. All right. You guys have a good one. Until next time. Place.